Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry, and I've got a pretty small job to do today. Well, one of my jobs anyway. Actually, got a pretty busy day. So I need to take my machine upstairs, and there's about 2 gallons of solution in here, which is about 20 pounds, of course, plus the machine, which weighs about 70 pounds without the tank. So I'm probably just a little under 100 pounds with my wheel. The bigger wheels weigh more than the original ones, but because the original ones are removed, anyway, I think it adds a little under 10 pounds to the overall weight of the machine. So I think I'm around about 100 pounds with my 2 gallons in the tank. So I'm going to go upstairs. This is why this is such a nice thing to have, these larger wheels on a machine like this. I could pick it up. I mean, it's not really that heavy. I mean, I can do that, but it's easier on me in the long run to just bump it up like I'm doing, and goes up very easily with very little effort. Goes down very easily, of course, too. When I was using my Orbot in the home, I found it much harder to move it up and downstairs than this machine. It's probably at least 20 pounds more. So that was one of the reasons why I opted not to use the Orbot in home. Lots of other reasons too, but that was one of the reasons. So I have this room just around everything, this hallway, and this bedroom over here. Carpet's apparently about 10 years old, but actually it's in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear and tear. They did vacuum it before I got here, and then I vacuumed it, and that's what I got out. Already did my edges and corners, and because it's a not really showing any, or hardly any traffic lanes, I expect all I'm going to need on it is a single pass using an Ironman. I normally do a 2-step clean, but if I don't think it warrants it, I won't. So I'll just do a little soft start, and away we go. Now, because this machine actually only weighs 70 pounds, and most of the weight actually obviously is going to be on the head, there's a lot less inertia when it does move from side to side or whatever, because the more weight that you're moving, the more inertia you're working with. But this seems to be just a very nice appropriate weight for this purpose. I've used heavier machines, and this definitely is a much nicer feeling and much nicer balance. I think it's just the perfect weight for this application, keeping the machine very nimble. You can see how easily I'm moving this. The machine is actually not leaving my... Let's see if I can put that down a little bit. It stays right there all the whole time. That's where the machine, while I'm moving it, I'm taking a step. The machine does not leave my my belt line. So it looks like me and the machine are one. So I'm not actually flexing my arms. I'm actually just slightly lifting up with my hands. My wrists basically are just how I'm moving the machine from left to right. Just a slight lift up, goes to the right, push down or drop it, then it goes to the left. Just so easy. And to go forward, I just step, because the machine is usually just, it's like it's just welded to me, you could say, or whatever. And of course, the machine is doing 360-degree cleaning passes per second on the carpet. And that's a lot of action. I think he told me the carpet was about 10 years old. I cleaned the same carpet a few days ago, and it wasn't only 2 years old, and it looked terrible on another house. But I guess it's got a lot to do with the wear and tear that goes on. And the underpad makes a big difference too. Just taking my time. So there's a wear right there too, and it looks darker than it actually. That's not a darker because it's dirty. It's just a little worn there. There's also a little lip right there, and when the carpet just suddenly rises up into the bathroom, and you got to be careful when you're using a rotary when you run into those scenarios, because that will tend to make the machine sort of jump to the left or to the right. So you got to be ready to react, because it'll tend to make it jerk. So you be careful with that. Okay. Now I'm just going to work my way back a little bit. This actually is probably the most soiled area of this whole job. And we'll just... actually did that already, didn't I? Okay, let's move the wire out of the way. I'm using Nanomax, 1 ounce per gallon. There's ClO2 in here as well for its disinfecting abilities. I always include that. The Nanomax is a 97% food grade plant-based cleaning product. It has AFT in it, which is a soil retardant protector, which is part of the plant-based solution. It's a very green product, odorless. Pull the wire behind me a little bit. Here we go. I don't like dragging the wire around a corner. Not a good idea. So I'm just taking my time with it, because I'm only doing a single step. I'm just going to maybe move a little bit slower than I might if I was doing the fiber pad and then the cotton. Today is a series of smaller jobs, 4 jobs in total, one more after this. But tomorrow I have 2 condo buildings to do. I'm going to get help with that one. My friend Roger is going to come and help. He's a carpet cleaner in a town a couple hours away from me. So we're going to tackle that project together. That's the plan anyway. It's a pretty big job. And then on Saturday we've got another great big job to do. 3 floors of a administrative building, which is a pretty big job again. And he's going to come and help on that one. So he's a hot water, a truck mount operator who saw the error of his ways and has switched over to VLM and is just loving every minute of it. And I'm mentoring him. Sold him some stuff, and he's worked with me, and we've done some jobs together, and he's getting the hang of it. He's really enjoying it, though, finding it a lot more enjoyable than when he was using truck mount. Getting great results. You realize I'm actually almost done this job? Other than post vacuuming? That's amazing. And get behind the door. And into the closet. I can do any of these kind of scrappy areas. I can do those by hand whenever I need to. I have the doodle bug with the pad on it. I can get in there because I won't be able to fit my machine in there, so that's not a big deal. Should take a few seconds to run the doodle bug over that area. So just turn around. Oops, I'm gonna go this way. So all I need to do is run the vacuum over it, and then I'm done. Pretty quick. It wouldn't have taken me much more time if I used the fiber pad, because I would have been moving faster. This area here does have a little extra wear where you kind of turn around the corner and twist the feet. Okay. And shall I go downstairs? Show you that. Might as well. It's actually fairly soiled. Okay, let's go downstairs. You can see my reflection there. Eh? Oh yeah. It's not actually very hard to do this, but I'm being really careful because I don't want to. Because this is being that it's wood, it can, and I've got the booties on, it can be slippery. So I'm just making sure my feet are well planted. Because every time it drops down, it's tugging at me with about 100 pounds. So anyway, that's that. Just gonna park that on that little rag. And that's it. Now I'm going to go and do the vacuuming and I'll be finished. So that's how that works.